see that the property was affordable. Second, as I mentioned, I think yesterday, we do have certificates of completion that are required in order to release any deed restriction after the time has passed. And in order to do that, the developer has to submit about 10 items to the city that we verify through taxation, through water and sewer, and through other means to ensure that the building was created. And then we're able to release the deed restriction.
So the nonprofit is the owner of the property?
Yes, sir, to the first owner. They were then able to sell it to an affordable home buyer.
Okay, okay.
All right. Any other questions from the council? Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Council,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Quintana,
Yes.
Ramos,
Yes.
Scott Roundtree.
Yes.
Silva absent, President Crump.
Yes.
6PF-SF is an ordinance granting 25-year term tax abatement to SUK Urban Renewal LLC for a project to construct a new 13-story mixed-use building with 225 rental units consisting of 196 market-rate residential rental units in the East Ward. This item has been sponsored by Councilman Silva, second by Councilman Quintana.
Can we get another sponsor for this matter? Councilman Gonzalez Quintana. Public hearing.
Is there anyone present that wishes to speak on this ordinance?
Ms. Freeman, LLC, Urban Renewal Corp., Inc., 920 Broad Street. Allison just said a lot of nice flowery terms, affordable housing and home ownership. Affordable for who? What's the price? What makes it affordable? Is it strictly for Newark residents, or are New Yorkers coming in and folk from all over the country buying up property here and then selling it to Amazon once they get it at the price, and then they finally get their house that they really want in Livingston? You know, so I asked questions.
Freeman,
and then
speak to the
talking
ordinance,
about
please.
the 25-year abatement, no more abatements.
Okay.
And that abatement, if it was such a giveaway and then, oh, it's such a hardship for the developers, they wouldn't want it. So it has to be something that's greasing the wheel. And then 13 stories on Market Street, where? Next to a 5-story building, a 6-story building. So once again, you're interfering with people's air rights and casting a shadow over the adjoining properties. It's not clear, and Silva's not here. And this is supposed to be market rate and affordable. Affordable for whom? What is the price? Is it affordable? You have to have 60 grand in the bank, and you had to be able to pay $3,300 a month. Affordable for who? So it's not clear what this affordability is, finger air quotes. Councilman Silva should be here, because when I wrote to Councilman Silva, like I did to you, Council President Crump, and you signed the petition to send to the Orange Monkey to say, do not slash Section 8 housing and public housing, when I wrote to him, he's the first person, and his reply to me was stop. STOP was his reply.
Let's stick to the ordinance,
how
Ms.
is
Freeman,
it
please.
that he's sponsoring an ordinance for affordable housing when public housing and housing for residents right now is not his concern? That I'm to stop. In other words, stop texting him. So that was his sole reply, STOP, stop. And I can show you the text because I put it on Facebook. You're so concerned about providing affordable housing. For who? What is affordable? When you're not even willing to sign a petition, even put your signature to say, let's preserve public housing. So no more abatements. Affordable for who? It's not clear. And these market rate, what's the market rate? Because a slum house is going for 800,000 in the city of Newark.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker.
Hold on.
Before you speak, Mr. McDougal.
I just got a quick question.
Before you
Just
speak,
one
hold on.
question.
Let me just say this because I think too many people coming up are saying this. I'm just going to say it this way. Councilman Silva has a very legitimate and
Yes.
significant reason for not being